They are, I believe it's DETC accredited, correct?
Right. The DETC is the organization, Distance Education Training Certification, is the only organization for online internet-based education that is recognized by the United States Department of Education.
That's right.
And we are DETC certified. There's some other organization out there, I don't even want to mention the name, it's so embarrassing. I mean, it really is embarrassing. So what they do is they say, if you join our organization, we're accredited and we'll give you accreditation. Well, they're not even recognized.
Yeah.
And it's just, I really feel bad that stuff like that happens, because it gives a bad name to the profession of personal fitness training. And believe me when I tell you, it is a profession, and it's every bit as deep a science as any other branch of science.
Right.
It may not carry the same cachet as rocket science,
right?
You know, but believe me when I tell you, and Brick, you know when I tell you, you had to study hard in order to get that certification.
Absolutely,
it's not easy. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are just now tuning into the Body Shop, I have no idea why you're late, but on the line we have Dr. Fred Hatfield, okay? This man has been a consultant to the U.S. Olympic Committee, the International Federation of Bodybuilders, aka the IFBB, the West German Bodybuilding Federation, Australian Powerlifting Federation, Fox Network, CBS Sports. He has coached 3 times for the U.S. national powerlifting team. He is and has been a member of the executive committees on U.S. Olympic Weightlifting Federation and U.S. Powerlifting Federations. Like I said, this man's list of accomplishments goes on and on. Why am I mentioning all of this? Well, not only has Fred earned his doctorate in philosophy from Temple University, but this is why I feel as though it's so important, because a lot of lifters today, bodybuilders, powerlifters, whatever you want to label yourself, we're looked on or we're looked at as stupid. Oh, all we know is gotta eat. I hate the commercial. I lift things up and put them down, because that's how a lot of people see us.
God, I hate that.
Thank you so much. I can't stand that commercial. But here is a man, right, who has some lifts that you guys will never be able to fully understand. I'm gonna just give you some of his career best lifts. In the squat, 1,014 pounds. He did that at the age of 45. So stop with all that nonsense about you can't build muscle, you can't build strength after the age of 35, or your testosterone level goes down. Shut up with that.
Masters.
I hate that.
They always want to be in the Masters.
The Masters, my butt. So sick of that nonsense, okay? You can still do it. All you got to do is train hard. Stop taking the easy way out. In the bench press, 523 pounds. The deadlift, 766 pounds for a career best total of 2,303 pounds. In the snatch, 275 pounds. Clean and jerk, 369 pounds. Olympic lift total, 645 pounds for a super total of 2,948 pounds. So you have somebody that can lift heavy weights, put them back down, but he's educated. So much so that he wants to help educate you. This is the type of people that you need to listen to. This is the type of man that can help you further your career. Now we're going to talk about furthering careers, and we're going to talk about how, having a good knowledge base can get you into the door of a lot of things. One of them being this. I'm so sick of people trashing wrestling and WWE and saying it's fake. I don't give a damn. Here's why I say that, okay? You have a man like Dr. Fred Hatfield, who knows lifting, knows the science behind it.
Right.
Okay? I don't know who reached out to who, whether Vince reached out to him or he reached out to Vince, but he helped Vince start the WBF. And Fred, correct me if I'm wrong, but you was actually one of the driving force behind the supplement company known as IcoPro, correct?
That was my baby.
That was your baby. Okay, let's talk about that. Like, how did you get involved with the WBF and IcoPro?
Okay. One of the things that I really loved about Vince McMahon was that he had passion. Mm-hmm. I recognized that in him. And I had passion, and we were brothers. Believe me when I tell you, the guy really loves what he does.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he said, Fred, I believe that you can do this, and I believe that nutritional supplements and proper nutrition in general and proper training can create great athletes without the use of anabolic steroids. At the time, Vince was under indictment by Congress
Right.
for trafficking in steroids. If you remember those days.
Yeah,
I remember that.
those days.
I remember that.
Because it wasn't against the law, and he never did the things that Congress said he did. It wasn't against the law until the fracas in Caracas in 1980.
Right.
Oh, I believe it was. Anyway, yeah, so. Well, I mean, when the media gets a hold of something, they're sharks.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
won't let go. Especially the liberal media, but I digress. So, he asked me to put in place a very strong drug testing program.
Okay.
Which I did. I brought in Dr. Mauro Di Pasquale from Canada, one of the top powerlifters in the world, and one of the top internists in the world. He knows more about anabolic steroids than any man alive. I brought him in to do the testing, and I created the training program and the nutritional program that every wrestler in the World Wrestling Federation, WWE nowadays, had to follow, and they had to follow it upon pain of being kicked out.
Right.
And follow it they did, so it went way beyond just the WWB, the World Bodybuilding Federation.
Right.
That Vince started. He did that as sort of a gimmick, sort of as a, he thought that he could turn bodybuilding into something similar to wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you that I ever liked that whole prospect, but I worked for the man, and I did everything I could to help those guys. And long story short, I'm going to tell you exactly why I did this. It was my big chance to have somebody with a lot of money pump that money into research on fat loss, on health and fitness, especially for the kids. He gave me a ton of money, which I immediately went into a very sophisticated and prolonged research project involving some 75 people. I put an ad in the paper, and I got a whole bunch of obese people. Most of them were very obese, morbidly obese, and after 12 weeks of intense training, careful diet, and nutritional supplementation, the average person in that diet lost 50 pounds of fat, 50 pounds of fat, and put on 15 pounds of muscle. It's the first time in scientific literature that you're ever going to see a research project that was able to actually do that. Most fat loss programs end up where they actually lose a bunch of fat, but they also lose a bunch of muscle.
Right.
I put on 15 pounds of muscle and lost 50 pounds of fat with these people.
Right.
And so my hat is off to Vince. I'll always be thankful to him for that opportunity. And it was a great opportunity, and it was fun, and I enjoyed doing it.